us to identify you. All we need is your thumbprint and photo, and we'll eliminate tax and welfare fraud forever.
And he put some of his brain inside my head.
Gee, Harv, that's terrible. Smile, please. Lovely.
Just stick out your
My
hand.
blood makes these antibodies.
This makes me look like a criminal.
We're doing the whole country, man.
And you're the only one to complain so far. Have a nice day. Number 21, please.
I can still feel the holes in my head.
You know, I wrote a story like that once for the Public Service magazine. They knocked it back because it didn't have any ethnic content. Smile, please.
It's not a story, it's true.
Harv, when you have meningitis, you remember lots of things that never really happened.
Hey! No chit-chat. We can only keep one of you on in this job, and it'll be the one who talks the least.
Almost clean. Cheer up, Harv. You've got an extra month's employment thanks to the union.
I thought you'd believe me.
No one tampered with your brain. Dr. Voisner had to reduce the swelling. He saved your life.
I never had meningitis. They experimented on me.
Your salad's getting warm.
McHugh, it's almost 1. Not that I blame you for wanting to stay.
I better go.
Take care.
Diane, have you heard we're having another angst conference? Hardly your cup of tea, mate. See you up there. I would really like your advice on what hymns to suggest. Or how to address a woman bishop.
Field a couple of questions about the recovery.
You got the figures from Treasury?
Right here, sir.
Ease up, love. All that glue might not be too good for the little bloke.
Well, you help them. These are the addresses.
Cool. Where'd you get all these?
The bowling club membership list. Well, somebody has to get them.
Oh, I think you're going a bit far with all this chain letter stuff, Maughan. Sounds like an Australia Post plot to sell more stamps.
Well, ever since I've ignored it, we've had nothing but trouble.
I thought St Jude was supposed to be nice. Surely he's not going to curse you just for accidentally breaking the chain.
He's patron saint of the impossible. That means he can do anything, good or bad. I don't want my baby to have 2 heads.
Well, that means we both get to choose a name.
Bernard. Well, what's this?
Oh, it's for Frank. Came in today's mail.
It's Gina's writing. Oh, we'd better send another 20. Ex-wives never write with good news.
What sort of questions?
Your policies, your background, what you've done for the party, your private life.
Has he spoken to anyone else?
Most of the cabinet.
And he's after me again, Gordon. He's trying to set me up for something.
Don't jump to conclusions, Michael. The Prime Minister...
But what
will
else
tell
could it
me-
be for? Membership of his lodge?
He's arriving here on Wednesday. He specifically asked to see you.
He rubbed my nose in whatever dirt he's found and asked me to resign.
What dirt could he have found? I need to know if I'm going to defend you.
I don't know. McHugh! The operation!
You can blame all that on Voisner. What else?
I've led a perfectly normal ministerial life.
But, well, that could mean anything from soliciting votes in the local toilets to cavorting with call girls at the House of Reps jacuzzi.
I've done nothing I'm ashamed of.
What, meat substitution? Planting bombs? Deals with the US Secret Service? You don't shame easily, do you?
Well...
If the PM's got my contacts, you're in trouble. So if you have been up to anything else, I need to know now.
You didn't have my consent.
Would you rather I let you die?
I was 5001B. You put some of his brain into mine.
Whose brain?
The minister's.
Post-operative paranoia sometimes happens with meningitis.
I don't want to give blood. I know why you need it.
Suit yourself. You can go. I saved your life, McHugh. I do not expect abuse. I advise you to see a neurologist as soon as possible. You do have private health cover?
No, I don't.
Oh, well, there's 6 months waiting list for non-insured patients, and you have at least 3 potential blood clots. Leg, chest, skull. If you're lucky, you'll just lose a leg.
My leg?
Next patient, please.
Hang on a minute.
I'm not begging you to have treatment, lad. Doctors have feelings too, you know. The results have surpassed even my expectations. Triglycerides, platelet counts, and McHugh has recovered almost...
Stand back, Peter.
Yes, this is the Minister. Security problem, level 9?
My prescription pad's here.
This is clumsy enough to be ACES.
ACES?
The Prime Minister's up to his tricks again, Victor. It's time to get out your shredding machine and work it till it melts.
Come on, Dad, eat up. You know you like stewing. Come on. No, I didn't put any rhubarb in it. It's just happened. There's no cloves. It's nice and sweet, I know, because I tasted it. That's...
Gina and Phil are getting married. And Gina's pregnant.
Oh, Frank.
And they want me to go to Raymond's birthday party.
Well, that's a nice gesture.
Yeah, sorry,
lovely.
I'm late. Walking with Diane. G'day, Grandad.
Your tea's on the stove, love. Why don't you bring her home sometime, Harv? We'd love to meet her.
Really?
Of course. I'll do a nice roast. And we can use Gran's china.
Oh, that'd be lovely.
What school did Diane go to, Harv?
Christchurch St Andrews.
Haven't heard of that one. Are they Mercy nuns?
Anglican, actually. You don't mind, do you?
No, of course not.
That's right. Religion doesn't matter when it... Hey.
Thanks, Mum. I'll ask her tomorrow.
Yeah, would you like me to help you get out the nice china?
And waste Gran's good plates on an Anglican? She can eat like anyone else. Oh, St Jude, when will it end?
Advance Australian Bird, crisp, fresh and wholesome.
Yes, Mr. Coburn, please.
Mr. Coburn's in Manila at the moment. Is it urgent?
He said to ring this number if I ever had trouble with my vending machine.
Of course, sir. I understand. Perhaps our Executive Vice President, South Pacific Division, can help you.
Yes, all right. Could you ask him to meet me in the place where Mr. Coburn usually does?
In half an hour?
Yes, that'll be fine.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice evening.
Thank you.
Excuse me, is this the tram stop?
Yes, it is.
Believe you're having problems with one of our machines.
That's right.
Which one?
The big one. It's making quite a racket. If it keeps it up, I'll have to leave.
We're not having much luck with that model either. When's the next due in your office?
Wednesday.
I'd be happy to take it out for you.
Look, I'm not sure I want it removed permanently.
We'd rather get rid of it. Never gives us what we paid for. You relax. We know what we're doing. Anyway, nice meeting you, mate. I'll see you around.
Men of War is a patriarchal tome whose relevance to Australia's Indigenous dynamic is matched only by its dearth of ethno-specific sensibilities. Oh, that's great.
Harvey, they hated it.
Oh.
Down here, they accuse me of warmongering. Well, I mean, you have to mention the war in a book about VCs, right? And here, they say the VC discriminates against migrants and the handicapped. I mean, the Prime Minister's department knocked me back. I didn't get a grant.
Well, I think your book sounds terrific.
Harvey, if it doesn't get a grant, I'll never get it published. I'll spend the rest of my life as a public servant.
That's terrible.
I mean, they gave $80,000 to Marbo the musical and 65 grand to an epic poem on the life of Bob Hawke.
Hey. Smedley's here. Next, please, number 16. Hi. I bet you can't wait to get your recovery card. Now, if you just stand over here, our friendly photographer will be with you in a moment. Hey, Trev?
Yeah, just great. Smile, please.
They'll have a house, a new kitchen, and where Gina will be icing the birthday cake. While Phil and the boys are out wrestling on the lawn, and I feel like I've gate crashed the Brady bunch.
So why did Gina invite you?
Oh, I guess she wants to make peace.
Don't you want peace?
Sure. Look, I don't hate Gina anymore. I mean, if she got trapped by volcanic lava, I wouldn't point and laugh. Not now. I mean, I might even try and save her. But I don't know how I'd cope if...
If she were happy?
Well, they got everything. I've got nothing. And I'm the one bringing the presents. What if I go to pieces and splatter the house with birthday cake, then smack him in the mouth, and then abduct the kids?
You might be fine. You thought of that? You might even be pleased they're doing well.
Hey, I'm not that mature.
You won't know till you try.
I can't go. I'll send her a note.
And what if watching the Brady Bunch didn't hurt as much as you thought? You'd be free, Francis. And your life would be back on track. Don't you think it's worth a shot?
Oh, Misty. Oh, you dreadful cat. He's never done that before, dear. And, whereabouts in Mafeking do you live, dear?
Oh, I don't live locally. Until I met Harvey, I didn't know Mafeking existed.
You sure nobody wants a beer?
And, where do you live, dear?
With a girlfriend in Queen Square. She's a stewardess with Qantas.
And is Harvey showing you the ropes? At work, I mean.
No, I'm a 3-4. We don't work together. But we often see each other in the canteen.
A 3-4?
Monica makes the best roast leg of lamb in Mafeking.
Mum, I forgot to tell you, Diana's a vegetarian.
Oh, sorry. Vegetarian, love. She eats a lot of rice.
Have another baked potato, Diane.
Oh, I might have some of these.
Oh, steady on, Grandad.
Now, don't give Grandad any more peas. You know they give him wind.
I believe your dad was in the service.
Land tax.
Did he run the department?
No.
He would have if he got the promotion he deserved. But the Anglicans...
Frank!
Present company accepted.
It's all right. Why don't I take over here, Frank?
Oh, no, dear. You're the guest. It's rare enough for Harvey to even bring a girlfriend home.
Oh, Mum, don't say it. Don't say it.
For a while, I thought he was going that way. You know, the priesthood.
Yeah, I wanted to be a priest for a while there.
Really? So did I.
Take it easy, love.
Harvey's so serious about his job. It's good to see him making friends. Have a glass of water.
Well, he's very popular in the service. My angst group adores him.
Angst?
Anglicans for Social Transformation.
Yeah, I went to 1 or 2 meetings just to be ecumenical. Father Healy said it was okay.
I even talked him into coming away on our Youth for Christ and Marbo weekend.
48 hours with Anglicans? Your dad must be spinning in his grave.
We'll barbecue some snags and sing Kumbaya. You make it sound like devil worship.
And what about the other thing?
What other thing?
Sleeping arrangements. Well, I'm as modern as the next woman, Harp, but I'd hate to see you get a lass into trouble and then have to marry her.
Oh, you mean like me?
That's different. Gina was a Catholic. You remember that sign outside the church? Sin in haste, repent at leisure.
Diane is not like that, and you promised you'd be nice to her.
I was. It's not my fault that Dad got wind and the souffle collapsed. Maybe God's trying to tell you something.
Yeah, you're stupid if you bring an Anglican home. Going for a walk. Minister.
Oh, McHugh. I haven't seen you around for some time.
No, I've been sick.
Oh?
Been to Mass?
No, just gathering my thoughts. The nuns used to say if you knelt here long enough, you'd hear a whisper from God.
Sister Bridget, grade 4. Sir, I have to ask you a favour. I need to feel your head. I know it sounds crazy, but, I just want to touch it.
I am not in league with Satan, McHugh, so you cannot examine my skull for horns.
I don't think you're the devil, sir. I just want to know if you put your brain inside my head.
I think you should see a staff counsellor.
Everyone's been telling me I am agent, but Dr. Voisner operated on me and you. We were 5001B. Now, if your skull has holes like...
Goodbye, McHugh.
And then he walked out.
I don't blame him. Will you let a stranger touch you? Sorridi, grazie.
Guess not. Now, madam, have your hand. Thank you. So, you think I'm nuts?
Well, maybe you're a little bit loopy, but it'll pass.
Thank you, madam. They're just over there.
Over here, please. Hi, Guilaine. Very good, thank you.
I remember it so clearly. The minister was lying right next to me.
Listen, mate, if the minister was trying to hijack your brain, he'd have given you a better job than this one.
I guess he would. Next.
Hi.
Hi.
I just wanted to thank you for last night.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay, Harv. Does your mum like me?
Hasn't stopped talking about you.
Really?
You ready, Diane?
Where are you going with him?
Oh, we're making a menu for the Yanks conference.
Don't worry, McHugh. I'll look after it.
I'll see you later on, Harv. Bye.
Yeah, bye. I wish I was an Anglican.
Oh, this awesome rat.
Bad luck, mate. Look, why don't you have lunch with me?
No, I couldn't face the canteen, Trevor.
No, we'll go to the library book depository. I mean, nobody ever goes there, except the mice.
Next. Number 6, please. Trev, you got a minute?
Still don't know why we have to be here.
Because he asked, so let's be hospitable, shall we?
I will never resign, Gordon. Try to fake a smile, Michael.
Wondering why I asked you here.
Not at all, sir. It's always an honour.
I wish you'd tell the truth for once, Muldoon.
I think what Michael was saying was, is that...
I don't need an interpreter for English. It's time for us to have it out. Do you recognize these, Muldoon?
Well, these are just Gallup polls.
As far as I'm concerned, that's your criminal record. Look at my approval rating. 38%.
Yes, but it's a solid 38%, sir.
2 months ago, I was 10% ahead of the opposition leader. Now I'm trailing her by 5. People are sick of party disunity. If we're not at each other's throats, we're stabbing each other's backs. That's the result.
You've always enjoyed my full support, sir.
The only thing I enjoy about you is your absence. You must not keep shooting the party in the foot.
Oh, sir.
I could force you out now. Lord knows I've found enough dirt. But you'd be back. Or worse, white-anting.
I object to that kind of accusation.
I want peace, Muldoon, understand?
I wasn't aware this country was at war, sir.
I want a term in office without press leaks, denouncements and faction fights. I want to run Australia the way it should be run. High employment, better health care, no pollution.
Of course.
Hear, hear, sir.
I've been offered a post in 3 years' time at the UN League of Human Rights. And God help anyone who tries to mess it up for me.
Wonderful, sir.
Yes. Congratulations.
So Australia is now my resume. When I leave this country for the international stage, I want to take a track record that'll make Geneva's eyes pop. I can't do that unless you help me.
And why should I make you look pretty for the Swiss?
Because before the next election, I will give you the leadership. Provided you support me now. That's right, Muldoon. As my plane flies off to beautiful Geneva, I'll toss you the keys to Australia.
Right? It's the name of my therapy group. Writers reduced in their expectations. We read out our rejection slips to one another and help ourselves work it through, you know?
Have they got one for public servants?
I always thought I'd make it, you know? Write a book that really hit a nerve. I guess there aren't as many nerves out there as I thought.
Oh, come on, it'll happen.
No, it won't. That's what they teach us at right. Don't be a slave to your dreams.
Now, that's terrible. If you don't want things, then...
You'll be happy.
Look, I want to be a permanent. Have a desk with 2 phones and go shopping with Diane, and I'm never going to give that up, no matter what anyone says.
Shopping? Look, I forgot to pay my bank card.
Can you bring me back an eclair?
Yeah, righto. How do I know at the end of your term that you won't forget this very kind offer?
You have my word.
Well, as an act of faith, sir, could we give Michael the treasury?
Impossible. But I will offer you foreign affairs for your hope chest. Now, that is my first, last, and only offer.
Accepted, sir.
I believe it's customary to shake hands on a deal in front of a witness.
I've convened a press conference at the Goodall building. I'll make the announcement there. Shall we?
So don't you think it'd be a good idea to discuss the specifics of this?
You said you agreed.
Well, yes, I do, of course.
Well, let's not keep the media waiting. I want this on the news tonight. Well, the voters can see we've declared a ceasefire. Position under 3.
Yes, in a minute.
How is he?
I'm fine. It's nothing.
It's just a flesh wound, Mr. Prime Minister. Lucky it's only that. Dr. Voiser, his physician?
You shouldn't be here, sir. It could still be dangerous.
You saved my life.
I was just lucky I saw him.
But you could have been killed.
I couldn't let you die, sir. It'd be too big a loss for the party.
Oh, my.
I must insist we leave, sir. They're bringing the maniac down.
I want to see him.
Please, do anything.
Sir,
I'm just having luck.
Lunch. Get this rodent out of here.
What's your relationship with the Soviet Union? When did you decide to assassinate the Prime Minister?
Is it true you've been training in America to do this? Is it fun?
How long have you been involved in
Why did you try to shoot the Prime Minister?
My client objects to that.
So where did you
question.
hide the gun then?
I didn't. My client objects to that
Back in
question.
your way. The PLO, the Mafia, anti-Mabo extremists.
Oh, come on, Sergeant, give us a break. My
My client objects to that question.
Look, I didn't do it.
That's an inadmissible statement a Madame Duress. He withdraws it at once.
For Christ's sake, Edwina, look at his employment record. There's not a public service draw this turkey isn't part of. Meat substitution, the art union racket. He was even at the Goodall when the terrorist bomb exploded.
Circumstantial.
Look, I am innocent. I am innocent.
Sure. I'll nail you for life, buddy boy.
Were we lodging a defence of diminished responsibility? My client is recovering from meningitis.
No, the minister put his brain into my head.
An acute paranoia.
It wasn't me.
What did they call you? A heroic son of the Anzacs.
There's very little heroism. It was mostly instinct.
Well, no one seems to have remarked on your extraordinary vision, being able to spot McHugh like that.
I didn't know they'd find McHugh up there.
It's got to be very inconvenient for us, with him in jail.
Don't you think I'm aware of that? But how to get him out, Victor?
You can't just set him free.
Unless I find someone to confess to it.
Well, there must be lots of public servants out there who'd do anything if the price was right.
The Prime Minister, Mr Jim Hammond, tonight described his escape as miraculous, heaping praise on his former rival Michael Muldoon, whom he credits with saving his life. Crime scene detectives are still searching for the bullets.
What's your relationship with Clerk? What did you do? When did you decide to assassinate the Prime Minister?
The failed assassin has been identified as Harvey
Oh, poor little Harvey.
It's all right. Why did he do it?
He didn't. Harvey's innocent.
Fellow workers describe him as quiet and a loner.
Yes, he kept to himself most of the time. A nice guy, you know, but very intense.
Gina ever sees this, I'll never see my kids again.
Something, you know, pretty wrong.
This morning's sudden and vicious attack is the climax of a troubled employment history that has seen McHugh transferred 13 times in 12 months for what has been described as a personality dysfunction. Opposition MPs are already asking how is it that...
Dear sir, thank you for your submission. Blah, 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 blah. It's open.
Mr. Martin?
Yeah. Minister.
May I come in?
Yes, yes, please do. Gosh, this is a surprise.